Hi there, my name is ThumbBrother 2, but here on this channel you can call me Brennan. This is a very different video, one that I never thought that I would be making, to say the least. This is a channel dedicated to just a little peek into my life. ThumbBrother Vlogs is just there just so I can somehow put something of mine out there on the internet just besides Pokemon videos. If you guys have found me not through my main channel of ThumbBrother 2, I am a giant Pokemon nerd. I am just a nerd all around. I'm not the biggest nerd. In fact, that I know everything about every series, TV series, comic book, video game, but I am a big nerd in reference to my weight. And you know, that sentence there of just me being a big guy, a big nerd, really pushed for me to create this channel here. One of the main purposes of this channel is to, yes, in some sense, put, you know, that aspect of my life out there, but it's also to help document my journey for just personal happiness. I've never been really the person to really say that I've always loved my body. In fact, for a good majority of my life, I've honestly hated my body. I was always one of the bigger kids in my class. I realized that, you know, I had extra just extra pieces of my body here or there. I just realized all around that I was one of the, I guess you can say, fatter or bigger kids. Now, I'm not saying that I was the biggest kid. I wasn't, you know, morbidly or obese or anything, but, you know, I was pretty big. Always bigger than, you know, what I always saw my friends as. And throughout my life, I guess you could say that just through bullying and just through, you know, self-interpretation of how I took that, you know, it really hurt. And I really didn't see myself in a wonderful light. And this really carried up through high school. There was a lot of different times where, you know, I would suck in my gut whenever I wore bigger t-shirts just to hide the fact that, you know, I had, you know, a bit of a belly. And I did that for many, many years. I remember staring at myself in the mirror one day just thinking, yeah, this is gonna work. This is what's gonna make me look skinny. This is what's gonna make me look like all those other kids at school and stuff. And you know, I was happy. You know, I've always been a happy person, and you know, I really never let my body, you know, really stop me from being who I really was. However, it did really limit me in the fact that I wasn't completely happy. There were a lot of times where if I wanted to go to a swimming pool, or if, you know, friends invited me to go somewhere and it required me to take off my shirt, or required me just to do something that would have the potential to show my body weight or just my body itself, you know, I never wanted to really go. I was really nervous. I was really anxious about it. And just like as I said, it wasn't until high school to where I really finally understood that, you know, I am who I am for a reason, and if I want to change something that I don't like about myself, then I can. And it was a really wonderful awakening for me. Of course, through high school, you know, we all have our breakups. We all have, you know, those moments where we think our life is over. And of course, you know, that happened to me as well. But I will say, just because I never had the best self-esteem, that it took me a while to really truly be happy again. There was a good year and a half in high school, right halfway through my freshman year to the middle of my sophomore year, I want to say, or end of my sophomore year, to where I really was truly happy, or I was truly depressed. And it it was like one of those sudden awakenings, I will say, that, you know, just I used to walk to school. I walked a mile to school every single day, and halfway during that, you know, that 20-minute walk, I had this sudden realization, sudden awakening that said, you know what, you don't deserve to feel this way, you know, you honestly deserve so much better. There's no reason why you shouldn't be less happy than any other person at that school. And from there, it's where I really started to change a lot of things in my life. I started to go out for sports, different sports like golf and wrestling, which I absolutely loved. Golf and wrestling were just so out of the ordinary, and they sounded so fun to me that I figured, you know, why not give it a shot? Because, you know, I want to try something different. And, you know, golf was fun, golf was awesome, and then when it came to wrestling, that's when things really took off for me as far as my personal thoughts about my own body. At that time, I believe I weighed 228 or 238. I can't remember quite which one. I want to say it was 228. And the cutoff into heavyweight was 215 or 220. It was 220. And all the guys that were heavier than me were closer to 300 pounds than, you know, 230, 250. And so I was honestly scared that, you know, I was going to be wrestling with these kids that had easily 75 plus pounds on me. But, you know, that didn't stop me from, you know, still going to meetings and stuff, and, you know, practice each and every day. And more I realized that the weight was coming off. Within the first 2 weeks, I dropped all the way down to 220 pounds. I was absolutely shocked. And it was there that I wanted to put every effort forward to make sure that I did, you know, lose weight. You know, I was trying to eat better. I stopped drinking soda altogether. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that I started to carry around a bottle of honey on my backpack, just so I had like a natural sugar, an actual little sugar, just whenever I was hungry or whenever I was out of meat and I was feeling out of energy, I could, you know, have a little bit of honey. It was just some stupid stuff, but it ended up working. At the end of the season, I ended up weighing 195. So all in all, from 228 to 195, that's, you know, near 30 pounds of a weight loss. And after seeing that I could be under 200 pounds again, which I don't think has happened since I was probably in 6th or 7th grade, you know, I honestly wanted to cry. And I'm pretty sure I might have cried. I can't remember the day exactly, but I was just super happy for that day. And after that, just so many more wonderful things started to come out of just realizing that, hey, you know, I made it this far. I feel incredible. I look incredible, and I got to have such a wonderful high school experience after that, making so many lifelong friends that I still have to this day, belonging to clubs that allowed me to travel all around the country, and just all in all, making my life so much happier. However, unfortunately, like a bad habit or like a bad addiction, you know, there was still that thought of me not being perfect or me not being good enough with my body. And when in high school you're in such a structured environment, you know, you're constantly surrounded by those people that are telling you, oh no, you're fine, you're this, you're that. You know, there is that support system. High school ends and college begins, and I decided to move over 700 miles away from all of that. And, you know, time does take its toll, and time wears down those walls that you build up if you allow them to. And for me, throughout my life, food has just always been such a huge factor of me, like, going to it, like when I'm feeling bad or when I'm feeling bored or just when I'm feeling sad. Food is that cradle that I've always gone to. And when in college, you know, those thoughts really started to hit me again, the food came as well. And after that, just throughout these years now, it's been near 5 years since I've been in high school, and the weights continue to pile on, unfortunately. But, you know, at the same time, it was just more and more of me thinking, oh no, I'm fine. I'm still in the same shape I was, you know, back in high school. I might be a little bit heavier, yeah, but, you know, there's nothing bad about that. I'm still just as healthy. And I just had that doubt. I didn't want to acknowledge that, you know, I was going down a terrible, unhealthy path. You know, drinking soda every day, having Panda Express on the daily because there's a Panda Express at my college, and I hit a very, very low moment in my life, probably about a year and a half ago. And it was when, you know, I had a gym membership, but I never used it. And I went to the gym with a friend, a fellow coworker, and we were just they had this really cool thing that was like it was a cardio room, but it was all blacked out. It was like all the lights were off because there was a movie playing. So it was like a little movie theater, and you can get your cardio in. And I was like, okay, cool, you know, we'll get on the treadmill and stuff. And I ended up passing out on the treadmill from running. Now, I've never passed out before. I've never had my health and my weight put me in such a bad position that I've actually lost consciousness. And from that, I actually, you know, I flew off the treadmill. I passed out for over a minute, and my friend, of course, you know, took good care of me, and I'm thankful that she was there, because if she hadn't have been, I don't know how long it would have been until someone found me or until I regained consciousness. But there's like a whole 12 minutes of my life I don't remember because of that. And that was really scary for me. It really, really sunk hard that, you know, I'm not healthy. I'm not, you know, where I should be. I'm not that person I was or wanted to be in high school, being a healthy, happy person. And it was then where I realized that I really needed to make that switch. And so began like a full weight loss journey for me, I guess you could say, officially, all these years later. And starting out, my initial weight was 275 pounds. And that number was super scary because I thought back to when I was in high school, when I first weighed in for wrestling, and I realized I have to wrestle people that were my weight, as I am now. And I don't know, there were parts of me that just wanted to give up and just say I don't care, but then there were other parts of me that were like, you've done it once before, you can do it again. And I promised myself I would never see that number again. I would never again see 275, and I would never see 280. And so from there, you know, I got a personal trainer who I'm still with. I've been with him for over a year and 4 months now, if I'm not mistaken. And so at this point, I'm gonna say that I'm not where I should be, just because I just continuously haven't put my best effort forward still. I've been with my trainer for so long now. I should be to a better spot in my life, but unfortunately I'm not there yet. And honestly, I'm very disappointed in myself. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm very upset with the progress I've made, even though my progress is already tremendous from where I was. However, I know I could have been better. And while I can look back on it and be upset with myself, yes, this channel here is going to change that and help push that extra, what's it called, drive within myself to achieve what I want. And so that's like my whole story of how I got to here. Currently, right now, I am weighing in at 250 pounds. So I've lost 25 pounds so far in the year and 4 months that I've been with my trainer. And I feel amazing. I feel incredible at this point in my life. I'm starting to realize more and more that being skinny isn't, or just seeing the numbers on the scale isn't the end goal for me. It's just being healthy and fit in the right ways and having the body that I truly want. And so, well, I want to say I have this number in mind for my weight. I can say that any day of the week, but I mean, at the end, it's just a number. And, you know, I'm 23 years old now, but it has taken me that long to just come to an understanding that it is just a number. It's just a number that, you know, you can fear. It's a number that you can enjoy, but it's just a number. And what matters most is just one's personal health. And so this is like my journey to find that personal health goal instead of a personal weight goal. I have these random pauses, I know, just because I'm trying to collect my thoughts. But it's very weird to be outwardly and verbally saying this stuff. Because I've always thought this stuff in my head for years and years, like my issues and stuff like that. But to say it out loud, it's very strange. Because they're words and it's just things I thought I would never say. Especially to a camera. Especially to a camera. And so, for, like, myself, you know, my goal is just to, at the end of the day, you know, have a body I'm proud of, like I've said. And for that to happen, you know, I'm going to be documenting it here, while it would be me recording my workouts, me recording, you know, body weight if I really want to, if it's going to be my meal prepping, maybe some random facts or about health or my thoughts about a certain week of how I've been feeling or how I've been doing on my diet, you know, things like that. So there is some outreach, so that there is some way for me to let out what I've been feeling or what I've been thinking, just so it just doesn't stay in here. Because if you stay in your head too much, you know, you start overthinking things, and I feel like that's always been not a bad issue with me, but just an issue in general. Because you can always overthink things, and it can just always lead to problems. So, I know I've been rambling for about 20 minutes now, but my end goal is for me to, what's the word? My end goal is for me to showcase this journey of me finding, you know, physical happiness alongside my mental happiness. Because right now I'm as happy as can be. I have a wonderful life. I just need to find that personal fitness, healthy, you know, mentality, and for me to finally look in the mirror one day and say that I am happy with this journey that I've been on and just where I've been in my life. And with this channel, I'm hoping that I can do weekly uploads with that, as well as just, I don't know, just gain something more than just, than just going to the gym, you know, twice, 3 times, 4 times a week, and then just saying, yeah, I did it. I want there to be just an end goal where everything is laid out, and I can see it from beginning to end, and say, yep, that's what I did right there. But I've gone on rambling, you know, long enough right now. It's very, very strange to be sitting and talking like this, like I've said, but there's really not much more for me to say, because I'll just end up repeating myself now. But the last thoughts I'll really put out there, at least with this whole fitness journey that's going to be put up on this channel, is you'd be surprised how many people out there are thinking the same things you are. You'd really be surprised how similar a lot of people think, and you know, at the end of the day, you're really not alone, regardless if you feel that way, or you know, depression, anxiety, whatever it may be has the better of you and you feel like you're alone out there and no one can understand you. Well, many people can. You just gotta look at the right places. You really do. And hopefully this channel, or at least this series, I should say, on this channel, should be able to help those that haven't found that person that they connect to. Hopefully that alongside, you know, this fitness journey, my other videos on this channel and even my other channel will be able to connect with someone and help someone, even if it's one person. I'm pretty sure I've said that before in another video on my other channel, but it's something that I've continuously said and I'll continue saying. But yeah, I think that's all I think that's it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna end this video. But keep on the lookout for a lot of fun fitness videos to be coming up, because this is a new beginning for me, and so I'm happy to to put it all out on the internet to see. That's for sure. But yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you guys later.